Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Wirex Crypto Podcast. I'm your host, Liana, and I'm very happy to introduce our guest for today, Pavel Matveev, co-founder at Wirex. Welcome, Pavel.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me today.
We're going to talk about Wirex Pay, its mission, and how it's changing digital payments with ZK technology. We'll cover who it's for, what makes it stand out, and the growing trend of note sales. Can you give us an overview of Wirex Pay and its mission?
Yeah, for sure. So before I go there, let me maybe briefly talk about the problem and the market trends we currently see in crypto industry. So the biggest trend we see, at least from our perspective, is that entire industry moving on-chain and self-custody. On one hand, we see companies or centralized crypto platforms moving on-chain, like the Coinbase, for example. It's a very good example, launching their own chain. There are a lot of DeFi products launching their own app chains. We also see that more traditional Web2 companies like Grab, for example, huge Southeast Asian company launching the non-custodial functionality. So all these companies were moving to self-custody and on-chain. And one of the main triggers for that is increasing regulatory pressure on centralized custodial platforms. So it's much easier to go on-chain to scale the business, especially geographically. So this is happening on one hand, on one side. On the other hand, we see customers, retail and corporate, they prefer non-custodial solution. And the reason for that is that it's happening actually due to lack of trust to centralized platforms. And again, it's mainly caused by events which were happening a couple of years ago with FTX and Celsius. So we have these two events happening in the industry: businesses, companies going on-chain and self-custody. And we also have consumers, retail and corporate customers moving on-chain. And this trend is also accelerated by advance in blockchain technology. So we have actually quite good crypto infrastructure nowadays. So it's possible to build Web2 user experience on-chain and self-custody. So that's the big trend which started about a year ago, but it continues and it will continue. The problem, and every problem is opportunity for entrepreneur, but the problem and opportunity we see is that current crypto infrastructure doesn't have native payment infrastructure or native payment rails. There is existing on-ramps and off-ramps, but they are clunky, expensive, they come and go, and it's very, very difficult to build programmable user experience or Web3 native experience using these old tools. And again, an opportunity for Wirex Pay. And Wirex Pay is payment ZK chain, which is we launching and envision that this chain will solve the main problem and provide the Web3 native payment primitives for entire ecosystem. That's our vision. This is how we see Wirex Pay going forward.
What inspired the creation of Wirex Pay, and how does it innovate the current digital payment landscape?
So the main reason why we decided to launch Wirex Pay is inefficiency in current payment ecosystem and Web3. Partially, this demand for connectivity with real payment world are solved by existing on-ramps and off-ramps, but there is a huge inefficiency exists with current solutions. They're clunky, they're slow, they're expensive, and then they're centralized. So even for a short period of time, when you use an off-ramp, you need to sacrifice your custody of your funds. Yeah, that was one of the motivations for Wirex Pay, and another one is we see huge demand for Web3 native payment instruments and payment services. So yeah, these two main factors was the contributing factors for us to launch dedicated ZK payment chain.
And how does Wirex Pay leverage ZK technology to enhance security and privacy?
So ZK as a technology is the next level of evolution in crypto space, and where you probably see it a lot in the media right now. A lot of companies choosing ZK chain for the up chain or for level 2 chains. WireXPay using Polygon CDK, ZK stack for technical people that are basically, I'm oversimplifying, but just to explain how it works. There is a ZK rollup and there is a ZK Validium. So WireXPay is the ZK Validium. So the main difference is how you store the data. ZK rollup store everything on chain. ZK Validium using a data availability mechanism to store the data. So in terms of it, this functionality is more efficient. So yeah, that's kind of was one of the main reasons for us to choose ZK. ZK, that's the peak of current cycle of evolution in crypto space, and it provides cashless experience for our customers, and it provides the same level of security.
So, and how does WireXPay differentiate itself from competitors in the digital payment space?
Well, first of all, there are not that many companies actually providing true non-custodial payments, and Wirex is just one of the first. And it always good and bad to be a first mover. On one hand, you need to do a lot of things which haven't done before you, so that's the difficult part. But the easier part is that you organically, if you're solving the problem, you organically have quite a lot of clients, retail or corporate clients. So right now we have actually quite huge pipeline of partners who are planning to integrate WireXPay into the solutions. So in terms of differentiators, again, the non-custodial is one of the key differentiators. So the non-custodial cards or non-custodial payments is the quite new thing in the industry, and we believe it's a future. And the second part is just our track record. So we've been focusing on bridging the gaps between crypto world and traditional payment world for years. So we are licensed, regulated. Wirex is the only crypto native company in the world who is a principal member of Visa, MasterCard, which give us a lot of flexibility to provide a better product, better user experience, and also cheaper in terms of the transaction costs for customers. So yeah, that's kind of the two main differentiating factors. Non-custodial, that's the quite new thing. And the second one is the track record and the level of expertise we've built over the last 9 years.
Wow, 9 years. That's actually a really long time to, secure that kind of reputation, right? Can you explain the emerging trend of node sales and maybe why it's gaining popularity?
So node sales are quite new, and it's again, it's kind of aligned with the fact that a lot of companies, as I mentioned before, moving on chain and launching their own chains. So the node sales usually works as a way to sell the node. The node license usually represented as NFT, so everyone can buy it. And once you buy the node license, then you have two options. You can run the node yourself and contribute to the decentralization of a particular network or particular blockchain. And the second one, you can delegate or stake your node license. So when you stake or delegate your node license, it will be still contributing to the function of a blockchain. And this function can be different for different blockchains and can be decentralized sequencer for ZK chains. It can be a data availability committee for ZK Validiums, for example. But the point is, as a customer, as a user, as an investor, you buy a node license, you contribute into the success of blockchain, and you increase the level of decentralization in a blockchain. And the main question, why do you want to do that? So the thing is that node operators or node license holders they're eligible for rewards. And just in very simple terms, you buy a node license, you delegate the node license, which is very straightforward process. And then with every block, let's say every minute, every second, you receive rewards in blockchain tokens. So the node license from investment perspective is actually quite a good investment, because you buy in the node, you contribute into success of a blockchain, and you get a constant reward in form of a blockchain token. The WireXPay is not an exception here. The WireXPay is launching the node sale, which should be available, which currently going through a whitelist phase where everyone can join this whitelist phase, and whitelist sale will be happening in a couple of weeks. It's very similar mechanic. Everyone can buy a node sale. And then you can run the node yourself. You can delegate your node license and contribute to the decentralization of WireXPay chain. And in return, WireXPay will be airdropping and distributing token rewards in the form of WPay token.
Well, can you maybe expand on that a little bit? Like what those tokens and transactions revenue would be?
Of course. So as a node operator and as one of the early adopters contributing to success of WireXPay chain, you will be eligible for 20% of WPay token supply. This tokens will be distributed across 5 years period of time. Again, it's very similar mechanic to token vesting. On one hand, but there is just more meaning to that because you will be contributing again to decentralization level, to the success. And on top of that, as a node operator, you will be eligible for 40% of revenue generated by WireXPay. As a WireXPay, as I explained previously, is a payment chain. And in payment chain, the revenue is generated on transaction level. So the more users, the more transactions, the more blocks processed by WireXPay, the more revenue generated. So the node operators, as users who contribute into decentralization and to success, they will be eligible for 40% of future revenue. So to summarize, the 20% of WPay token supply plus 40% of future revenue, it's what you will get as a node operator.
That's amazing. And how does node ownership provide those ongoing rewards and potential additional airdrops?
So as a node operator, it's an interesting world, but basically, when you buy a node, you get NFT. So this NFT represents your ownership. So it's a node license. One customer can have more than one node license. So you can have actually, as many as you want if you are able to buy them, because there is a limit number of node license available. So when you own this node license, you can again, run your own node, you can delegate it to get rewards, but also you will be able to sell it on the secondary market. So at some point, let's say in a year time, in 2 years time, your priorities changed, but you still hold this node license, which are eligible for airdrops and for rewards. So you can sell it to somebody else. So this is kind of another value the node license represents. So it's kind of a transferable NFT which can have a value on its own and secondary market.
So and what are the costs perhaps and potential profits associated with running a node on WireXPay?
In terms of the cost, there is different pricing tiers. And again, it's not unique to WireXPay, but it's how all the node sales are currently working. So the node sales are extremely trendy at the moment. So the node sales usually work, and in case of WireXpay, kind of a similar mechanic. So there is a tier-based pricing. There is a 40 tiers available. Every next tier has a higher price per node license. So on every tier, you have a limit. Let's say the tier 1, you have a limit of 4,000 node licenses. So once these node licenses are sold out, then the next tier will be available. So the thing here is the sooner you buy the node license, the better price you get. So again, the profit or return on investment, it can be calculated based on what price you buy the node at. So again, the sooner you buy the node, the better the tier price, the better return on investment will be. But regardless of the price you bought the node license, this innovative mechanism of reward distribution, where first of all, the 20% of token supply will be dropped to node operators, and then the 40% of revenue share will be distributed to node operators, should provide the sufficient return on investment when it comes to buying a node. The more information will be available on our website, so people actually can see numbers in tables and visualize how it will work in the future.
And what options do users have for running their nodes, and how flexible is the operation?
As a customer, you have two options. You can run the node yourself if you prefer to do that. It's entirely up to you. The second option, actually there are three options. So the second option, you can use one of our cloud providers who can run the node for you. And so basically you just need to connect your wallet where you hold the node license NFT. And the third option, you can just delegate or stake your NFT. So there will be step-by-step guide provided for every of these options, but the easiest option for probably most of the users will be just to delegate NFT. And again, the delegation as a mechanism is very popular in the industry. So once you delegate NFT, you're eligible for rewards, and this node license, delegated node license, will be contributing to the decentralization of blockchain.
You kind of mentioned information would be on the website. So, is there where listeners can learn more about the node sale and register to participate?
Yes. There will be a link provided probably in the description of this podcast, but website is wirexpaychain.com. There everyone can find more information. I also recommend people to check our blog posts where we provide more technical insights on how WireXpay works, how a settlement works, how we leverage in our direct connection with Visa and MasterCard to provide better user experience. And there is also more information about node sales. You can also join the whitelist, which I do recommend people to do, because if you join a whitelist, you will be eligible to participate in a whitelist node sale.
And how do we get on the whitelist?
Just go on our website, click join a whitelist, and you will need to connect your non-custodial wallet, because the node license will be distributed to this wallet. So the wallet address is actually it's what get whitelisted. So just be mindful of that and connect the wallet which you will be using for delegation or for running your node license.
Thanks for that. And what impact do you foresee WireXpay having on the global payments landscape?
That's a very good question. So the thing about payments quite broad term, and it's still I think when cryptocurrency appeared, I think payments was one of the use cases everyone was pitching. But reality is that even now, I think crypto builders mainly focusing on trading or staking or some other DeFi use cases, and then payments is still not really covered. And but the problem is that payments is part of our everyday life, and payments as a term is quite broad. There is a cross-border payments, there is a settlement, there is everyday payments like a merchant payments where you pay with a card. The thing is, payments always go there, and payments always will be the use case. But blockchain and WireXPay in particular has an opportunity to unlock this potential, because the demand is always there, and demand is always will be there. There's always demand for a Web3 native app to interface with real world payments or real world assets, or just with real world, because there it's where you have a value of digital assets. So demand is huge, and WireXPay has the right technology, right expertise, and right technology stack to fulfill this potential and fulfill this demand.
Well, the future is exciting. Any final thoughts or advice for beginners looking to understand more about WireXPay and the emerging trends in the digital payments?
We provide a lot of information on our website, so it's wirexpaychain.com, where you will be able to find more information about node sales, quite deep articles about ZK, payment, settlement, non-custodial cards. But also, if you're building something something new, or building additional feature to your existing product, the WireXPay might be a solution for you, because WireXPay provides a non-custodial, composable payment ecosystem. So, if you're thinking about streaming USDC salary to the card, that's possible. If you're thinking about expense card for DAOs, that's possible. If you just have let's say, a non-custodial wallet, or let's say you have a Telegram Web3 app, you can add with minimum coding requirement, you can add the non-custodial cards and add it as an added value service to your customers. So the potential is huge. And again, you can find more information on our website.
Thanks for joining us today. It was great having you here, Pavel, and your insights into WireXPay and Node Sale were incredibly valuable.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for having me today.
To all our fantastic listeners, I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. Don't forget to express your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing this episode. Thank you for tuning in, and until we meet again, stay well.